They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but sometimes the story that a picture holds can be sinister. No matter how innocent the image looks, it could show the happiness of others before something horrible happens, or be the last photo of these people before they are never seen alive ever again. Hello everyone, my name is Juby Scott, and today we are looking at 5 of the most normal looking photos on the internet that have terrible backstories. I'm your host Juby, dying in 93% humidity heat, and this is Juby After Dark. The photo is blurred, as if the photographer moved the camera as he took it. The photo shows 2 men, one with a shaven head, holding an orange cup to the camera. The photo could be from any house party, but the man with the aloft orange cup is Tyler Hadley, and earlier that day, he killed his parents, Blake and Mary Jo Hadley, with a clawed hammer while high on ecstasy. Their dead bodies, wrapped in towels and covered in family possessions that reminded Tyler of his parents, lay upstairs in the house as the party raged on. Tyler had a history of verbally promising to kill his parents since he was 10 years of age, seething whenever they would punish him or show parental authority. Finally, on the day of their murders, he promised a party of the century, writing on his Facebook page at noon, "Party at my crib tonight, maybe." His classmates did not believe him, as his parents were known to be strict. But at 8 p.m., he again posted a message, "Party at my house, hit me up." At the party, he started telling people of his murderous deed. People who heard left or thought he was lying. His best friend, Michael Mandel, was shown the bodies upstairs. Afterward, they posed for this infamous photo. Michael eventually ran away from the party, and through word of mouth, Tyler's crime was reported to the police. Tyler was arrested the morning after the party and sentenced to life imprisonment. The Hadley house was later demolished. 2 young women posed for a selfie in front of the wild nature of Panama. The 2 girls as Chris Krimmers and Lisa Ann Fron, Dutch travelers who were hiking the El Pianista Trail. They set off for their hike at April 1st at 11 a.m. Unfortunately, on the 2nd, they did not turn up for an appointment, and the parents of the girls stopped receiving the daily texts they had been getting in the past. On April 6th, the parents arrived in Panama, along with full police search. The forest would be combed for 10 days. Nothing was found. 10 weeks later, a woman handed in a blue backpack. The backpack belonged to Froon, and inside were personal belongings, including a camera and their phones. The phones had evidence of emergency numbers having been dialed only hours after the girls started their hike, but due to a lack of reception, the calls did not connect. Froon's phone died on April 4th, and Kremer's phone would be turned on intermittently between the 5th and the 11th, but the incorrect pin was entered, or no pin was entered each time. On the camera, 90 flash photos were taken between 1 and 4 a.m. in complete darkness, deep within the jungle. One disturbing image shows the back of Kramer's head with blood on her hair. 2 months after the backpack was discovered, a pelvis and a foot inside a boot were discovered as well, along with other remains. These were later DNA tested and confirmed to belong to Chris Kremers and Lusanne Froon. What happened to them remains a mystery to this day. Dressed in an oversized red shirt, we see a young girl, 18-year-old Julie Callan, stand on top of a sheer cliff face and takes photos of a beautiful view below of Pinhoti Trail in Chahia State Park in Delta, Alabama. She had just hiked to the scenic location with her ex-boyfriend, Lauren Bunner, who was only 20. Moments after this photo was taken, Lauren would shoot her in the head twice with a .22 caliber Ruger Bearcat revolver and throw her body off the cliffside. He would later call the police and say that he killed his ex-girlfriend, turning himself in. The pair had dated for 10 months before Jolie broke up with Loren as he was controlling and did not allow her to meet with her friends. Despite the breakup, they kept regular contact. and even had a dog together. 2 months after the breakup, Lauren invited Joey on the hike where he would end up murdering her. Lauren Bunner was sentenced to 52 years in prison. 2 divers posed for a photo while scuba diving off the beautiful Queensland coast. Behind them, a stiff prone figure lays on the ocean floor. This would later be discovered to be Tina Watson, murdered by her husband. Tina Watson was visiting Queensland with her husband, Gabe, for their honeymoon. On the day of her death, they decided to dive into a popular and challenging wreck of the SS Yongala. The two were underqualified for such a dive, and the dive company suggested a guided dive for the expedition, which they refused. During the dive, Tina ran into trouble and sunk nearly 100 feet to the ocean floor. Gabe claimed to have tried to save his wife, but due to an ear problem, he said he could not dive deep enough to save her. When she was brought aboard, she was pronounced dead after 40 minutes of CPR. Due to contradictory statements issued by Gabe and the fact that before their marriage, Gabe asked Tina to increase her life insurance and make him the sole beneficiary, foul play was suspected. He was charged with manslaughter charges in Queensland, but later had his charges dismissed when he was charged in his home country of the United States related to the planning of the murder. A man smiles wearing a bright yellow jumper with his equally smiley son hoisted on his shoulders. There are a couple of excited Spanish tourists visiting the town of Momag in Northern Ireland. They stand in front of a normal red car on a busy street. The year is 1998, and that red car was packed with around 500 pounds of fertilizer-based explosives that would detonate moments after that photo was snapped. It was a terrorist attack orchestrated by the real Irish Republican Army, the IRA, a splinter group from the IRA that did not agree with the ceasefire that the IRA had agreed upon earlier that year. The explosion would kill 29 people, injure 220, and spark national and international outage. The two in the photo would miraculously survive, though the photographer would unfortunately die. And here's a bonus one that I found really disturbing and wanted to include. This one's just relatively short. This photo shows a 300-pound black bear in the forest. The bear is around 100 feet away, behind a fallen log, and seems to be following the photographer. The photo was snapped on a phone by Darsh Patel, a 22-year-old Rutgers University student who had decided to go hiking in West Milford's Aspawa Preserve with 4 of his fellow university friends. Unfortunately, the bear ended up chasing the students, so they decided to split up. When they regrouped, one student from the group was missing, Darsh Patel. Patel's body was recovered 4 hours after police arrived on the scene. He had been mauled by the bear he had photographed only moments beforehand. His phone would also be recovered with puncture marks in this foreboding photo. Thank you guys so much for watching this Juby After Dark. I hope you guys enjoyed. A little different. Get some normal looking photos with some disturbing backstories. Just wanted to change it up just a little bit. We're still going to stick with the whole realistic horrors and all that stuff. Next month is October, and for all of you who have been here for a while, you'll understand that this is where Juby After Dark was born, was in October with the Unsolved Murder Mystery Iceberg videos. I'm very excited for that, and I'm also very nervous to follow that up next month. I think I figured out a topic that will be similar but obviously different, so we're not seeing the same stories again. But I hope you guys are very excited for that. I'm very excited to see how it goes again. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll hit another 300 subs last year in 1 month. It was insane. Who knows? Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll be worse. Either way, I think I'm mentally ready to do another iceberg. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys are excited for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next week.